We have a series of reports. We begin with KPIX5's Da Lin on the Richmond side of the bridge for us tonight. Da?
Yeah, that 6 p.m. timeline, that's not going to happen at this point. It's been a huge mess out here. They shut down the bridge entirely. They reopened it around 2:30, and then they shut it down again at 4 o'clock. Here's the latest. Eastbound direction opening one lane, but westbound direction, that's what you're looking at right now. Westbound shut down completely. That's because CHP officers are concerned about cars rolling on top of the upper deck, perhaps causing more vibration and possibly causing more chunks to fall down. That's why westbound right now is shut down. These are some of the cement chunks that fell onto the lower deck. A CHP officer held out his fist to give you an idea how big some of these pieces are. Officers say around 10:35 this morning, one piece struck a moving car, causing major damage to the car. The people inside were okay. They were rushing to catch a flight at an airport.
We sent officers out to inspect. They were able to find large chunks of concrete and could see more concrete falling from the upper deck onto the lower deck.
The CHP immediately shut down all lanes on the lower deck and eventually the upper deck. Bridge inspectors believe the chunks fell from at least 4 different spots. Like a small brick. Each one's about a small brick. Caltrans inspectors don't know what caused the concrete to break loose. They say contractors have been working on the upper deck to build a pedestrian and bike lane. They don't know if that created more vibration to loosen the concrete or if that's even connected to the problem.
We pay a lot of money to go across this bridge every day, so I feel like it should be a lot safer.
Traffic was at a standstill. People were walking on the bridge. Some cars even made U-turns to get off the bridge. On the Richmond side, we saw drivers doing U-turns on a 580 freeway on-ramp.
I have to go to a dentist appointment in Marin.
Are you going to be late?
I'm not going to make it.
They opened one lane in each direction for roughly an hour before shutting the bridge down again at 4 o'clock.
The bridge would not be open if it was not safe.
They were hoping to open the bridge by 6 o'clock, but again, that's not going to happen. I just talked to the Caltrans spokesman. I asked him, do you have a timeline at this point? He says, we just don't know because inspectors are currently inspecting the bridge. They have folks working on the bridge right now. So at this point, they don't know, and unfortunately, we can't pass that information along to you. Also, we asked them about bridge inspection. They say they do these inspections on a monthly, sometimes yearly basis. As for when the last inspection here was, the spokesperson not sure either. So a lot of questions for now. Alan, I'll send it back to you.
All right, they're looking through those records for sure. Da Lin, thanks so much. We appreciate that live report. Now, just as a reminder, this bridge was built in 1956. So they did a big retrofit back in 2005, but Chopper 5 giving us some perspective of the traffic backup. And there was also some video of that top deck, which is the eastbound direction, and they were actually doing, the westbound direction. They were doing some work on what appeared to be just three lanes where they were putting a big steel plate in place. Now, we're going to ask them later as to whether that is like sort of a big steel Band-Aid, a temporary fix. But again, only one eastbound lane is open tonight, no westbound lanes. Now, the CHP tweeting this picture of the concrete debris that they cleaned up on the bridge. You see, they swept up some pretty good sized chunks along with big bolts. Presumably, those bolts also came from the bridge in those 4 areas Da was talking about. And this is what it sounded like when they got the initial dispatch call.
They said a large chunk of cement fell from the upper deck. Vehicles await Mercedes, and bridge has been advised of the debris. They said possible structural damage to the bridge.
Yeah, and take a look at this. Moves like this one have the CHP asking drivers not to take matters into their own hands. This man was directing traffic off the bridge, but Marin CHP tweeted, quote, "This is dangerous and prevents emergency services from responding. Our response is currently being delayed because everyone is doing their own thing."